Hello and welcome to this special broadcast. I'm Sahil Joshi. It was a bomb scare at the house of India's richest man, where an SUV laden with explosives was discovered outside Antilia in Mumbai. It triggered a massive storm. What was the motive? The NIA charge sheet in the case has revealed that it was a deep conspiracy that involved a murky murder and Mumbai cops.
Security scare for India's richest man. A conspiracy by a disgraced cop. A chilling murder. Former top cop and netas under scanner. Explosive revelations in NIA charge sheet. Murder, cops and Antilia.
Who would have thought that the security scare at the house of Mukesh Ambani would have been orchestrated by a disgraced Mumbai cop? The NIA investigation has revealed that the real motive behind the Antilia scare, it was Sachin Vaze, an assistant Mumbai police inspector who had been dismissed from Mumbai police, who wanted to regain his reputation as an encounter specialist. The intent was also to terrorize the wealthiest family of India to extort money from them.
A lowly assistant police inspector with powerful connections. The mastermind of the Antilia bomb plot is a man who made a stunning comeback after staying suspended for 17 long years. Sachin Vaze's low rank in the Mumbai police force does not reflect the clout he carried or the power he wielded. The NIA charge sheet against Vaze details his ambitions that finally led to his downfall. According to the NIA charge sheet, the former encounter specialist orchestrated the Antilia episode to re-establish himself as a super cop. An SUV laden with explosives outside one of Mumbai's most famous homes was a sure shot way to attract attention. And for Vaze leading the probe, a ladder to fame. The threat note left in the SUV, according to the NIA, strongly establishes Vaze's intent to create an atmosphere of fear amongst Mumbai's rich and the powerful. The NIA said the threat note contained the words, "Agli baar connect hokar aayega," which meant next time the bomb will explode. Vaze's intentions were to use the element of terror and then a fake encounter to extort money from the petrified rich. The NIA says Sachin Vaze played a pivotal role in the murder of Thane businessman Mansukh Hiran, who allegedly was a co-conspirator in the Antilia plan and later backed off. The 10,000-page explosive NIA charge sheet accessed by India Today exposes the dark deeds of certain Mumbai policemen who have no qualms in using terror tactics and even murder to fuel their greed. Bureau Report, India Today.
At the center of the Ambani home security conspiracy was the gruesome and chilling plot to eliminate Mansukh Hiran, whose Scorpio was used to plant the gelatin sticks. NIA charge sheet says that Vaze wanted Hiran to take the responsibility for Antilia scare. When Hiran refused, Vaze decided to kill him.
A chilling plot by rotten men in khaki, a sinister murder conspiracy revealed in the explosive Antilia bomb plot charge sheet, accessed by India Today in full. A Scorpio SUV with 20 gelatin sticks, with a threat note for India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, found abandoned near the Ambani residence Antilia on the super posh Altamount Road in Mumbai. Planted by disgraced cop Sachin Vaze to redeem his reputation and extort from the Ambanis. But it all went horribly wrong as the SUV was discovered. As pressure mounted and the probe agency, the National Investigation Agency, closed in, a panicked Vaze reached out to SUV owner Mansukh Hiran, forcing him to take responsibility. Promising to bail him out immediately, Hiran, however, refused to bite the bait. Vaze knew his game will be up once probe agencies grill Mansukh Hiran. So the tainted policeman hatched a plot straight out of Bollywood to kill Mansukh Hiran and put the blame on him. Encounter specialist Pradeep Sharma got Santosh Shelar to accept a supari to kill Mansukh Hiran. As per the plan, Vaze lured Mansukh Hiran to Mumbai police headquarters again on March the 2nd, promising to provide safety. The real aim was to enable the killer cops to identify their target. On March the 3rd, Vaze handed over a bag full of cash to Pradeep Sharma and Benami SIM cards to Sunil Mane to call Mansukh Hiran, so that he could be called to an isolated spot and handed over to the contract killers. On the night of the murder, Vaze readied an alibi for himself, conducting fake raids at Tipsy Bar to show he was away from the crime scene. Sunil Mane, meanwhile, posed as Police Inspector Taude and drove Hiran straight to 4 contract killers waiting in a car. Hiran was told that he will be taken to a safe place and was made to sit among the killers: Santosh Shelar, Anand Jadhav, Manish Soni and Satish Motkuri. As the car started moving, the accused allegedly grabbed the head of Mansukh Hiran from behind, covering his mouth and nose with handkerchiefs. While Mansukh Hiran resisted, it was not long before the 4 completely overpowered him and smothered him to death. Mansukh Hiran's lifeless body was thrown from Kasheli Bridge in Thane to the creek below after removing his ID and credit cards to prevent immediate identification. His body, with handkerchiefs still stuck in his mouth, was recovered on the 5th of March. It proved a crucial link for investigators to solve the mystery and proved to be the undoing of Sachin Vaze. With Disgraced Singh and Saurabh Vaktania in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
The Antilia Bomb Scare Case has blown the lid of the police and politician nexus in Mumbai. Key witnesses in the case have told NIA that Sachin Vaze met former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh in the days leading up to the case. Not just that, Vaze misled and disused his seniors and even the Chief Minister about Antilia and Mansukh Hiran cases.
Reality frequently outpaces fiction in Mumbai, home to the largest film industry. On February 26th, an encounter specialist who wanted to reclaim his clout as an ace detective chose exactly that. The Crime Intelligence Unit headed by Sachin Vaze was assigned to the investigation of the high-profile Antilia Bomb Scare Case between February 26th to February 28th. After that, the case was transferred to an ACP who took case records from Vaze on March 1st. Little did Vaze's successor know at the time that the statements he was handed were completely fiction. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, who was in charge of the Antilia bomb hoax case, recounted the entire chain of events to the National Investigation Agency. The ACP revealed to the NIA that on one occasion, Vaze told him that Joint Police Commissioner Milind Parambir was of the opinion that the Antilia incident was a non-starter and there was no need to waste time probing it. This wasn't the only time Vaze tried to mislead the investigation. The ACP said while investigating the mysterious death of Mansukh Hiran, he had questioned a key witness about the Scorpio vehicle. But Vaze said there was no substance in the statement. When the news of Mansukh Hiran's death spread, Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray summoned Vaze, his team and other senior high-ranking officials. The Chief Minister asked them about possibility of a link between Antilia case and Mansukh Hiran's death. Vaze again stonewalled, saying Hiran's death was a case of suicide, nothing more. These weren't the only times where Vaze's actions raised suspicions. Another key witness in the case, a police officer who drove Vaze and his team on the day the bomb-laden car was found outside Antilia, reveals startling details. The police officer told NIA that Vaze and his CIU team made a sudden visit to the residence of then Home Minister Anil Deshmukh in Malabar Hills. This was just after the secret operation outside Antilia began. The meeting between them lasted over 50 minutes. What exactly was discussed remains unknown. Months after the Antilia incident and its explosive revelations, it is still unclear whether personal fame was the only motive for Vaze to plan the Antilia bomb scare. Was the policeman acting alone? Or as BJP alleges, bigger players were involved? With Sahil Joshi and Vidya in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
The most sensational revelation in the NIA charge sheet in the Ambani security scare case is about role of former Mumbai top cop Param Bir Singh. The charge sheet reveals that Parambir asked a security cyber expert to give a report saying that the threat letter sent to the Ambanis was from Jaish Hind, an organization that had claimed responsibility for the blast outside Israel embassy in New Delhi.
A crime story with dramatic twists and turns. A sinister plot that gets murkier. Senior policeman, a former minister in the center of the probe. The NIA's 10,000-page bombshell charge sheet reveals it all. The NIA claims its probe has nailed ex-Mumbai top cop Param Bir Singh in the Antilia Bomb Scare Case. The charge sheet says Param Bir Singh allegedly forced a cyber expert to fudge a police report and concoct cyber evidence. It quotes a statement by the 30-year-old unnamed cyber expert as claiming that he, Param Bir Singh, on March 9th during a training program. At the meeting, the expert happened to tell Parambir that he had assisted the Delhi Police Special Cell in the Israel Embassy blast case in January. He also told Parambir about how Delhi police traced a telegram channel on which Jaish Hind had claimed responsibility for the blast to a phone number in Tihar jail. The expert claimed that Parambir Singh had asked him to make a similar report in connection with the Antilia case. The cyber expert then sat inside the police commissioner's Mumbai office, prepared the report on his laptop. After going through the report, Parambir allegedly asked the expert to insert the Jaish Hind poster used in Delhi. The cybercrime expert claimed that he modified the report as per the commissioner's order. Parambir then asked his assistant to pay the cyber expert 5 lakh for the job. The explosive claims raise several questions in the Antilia bomb case. What was the motive that brought such powerful men together to create a scare in front of an iconic landmark of Mumbai? Bureau Report, India Today.
How did Vaze manage to get an explosive laden car right outside Antilia? The security at Mukesh Ambani's house is handled by the elite protection group that has around 300 personnel, mostly retired from the army. It was one of these security personnel who noticed the green Scorpio parked near the entrance. What was odd was that the dirty car had an absolutely clean number plate.
This building is the most expensive private residence in India. One of the richest men in the world lives in the 27th floor Antilia on a street that's the poshest in Mumbai. For obvious reasons, Antilia is guarded like no other private building in the city. Some 300 guards, mostly retired army and paramilitary personnel who have worked in specialized units like the SPG, are deployed at Antilia. Even such an elaborate security unit as this was tested to its limits. Cut to the evening of February 25th. Altamont Road, on which Antilia is located, became the stage for an audacious plot to create fear in the Tony neighborhood. A conspiracy plotted and executed by policemen. The sequence of events on February 25th are all part of multiple statements by the security personnel in the 10,000-page charge sheet by the NIA in the case. The man who heads billionaire Mukesh Ambani's security unit was out on his periodic security check around Antilia. In the middle of his rounds, he received a phone call about a woman creating a ruckus at the gate of Antilia. The security in charge quickly moved to the gate and began convincing the woman to move away, and even tried forcefully to remove her from the gates of the Ambani residence. The security personnel then began walking with her towards Carmichael Road, which borders Altamount Road. That was when the security personnel noticed a suspicious-looking green Scorpio. It was parked next to the entrance of Shikhar Kunj building right on Carmichael Road, 600 meters from the Ambani residence. According to the security man, a clean number plate on an otherwise dusty vehicle was what drew his attention towards the SUV. The security man said he then noticed the registration number. The last 4 digits of the number plate MH01DK9945 resembled the registration numbers allotted by RTO for the convoy vehicles used by the Ambani family's security entourage. He then informed his team and asked them to cross-check the registration number. The registration plate was identified as the registration number for a Range Rover deployed for security entourage of Nita Ambani. That set off alarm bells. Immediately, Ambani's security men informed police. Police officers soon reached the spot and inspected the vehicle, and then called the Bomb Detection and Disposal Squad. It was after this that the police officials informed Ambani's security that a bag containing gelatin sticks and a threat note addressed to the industrialist were found in the SUV. The security head soon briefed the Ambanis about the threat, forcing Nita Ambani to cancel a trip that she had planned. The SUV was the centerpiece of the carefully orchestrated plot by a highly ambitious cop, Sachin Vaze. His motive was to regain his lost clout in Mumbai's police force. That Vaze chose India's most protected and powerful industrialist to stage his caper shows the arrogance of a junior police officer. But in the end, it only drew attention to the others from who Vaze drew power. Bureau Report, India Today.
That's it on our special presentation, Murder, Cops and Antilia. For more news and updates, keep watching India Today.